Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. This is March 11th, and this is our leadership call with our installment on, I believe, the pay plan that Coach Will is going to discuss this evening. So get your blue pens ready, your paper, and your minds ready to receive the information. But a first trip to the newbie corner. So I remember in reading GoPro by Eric Worre and also hearing all of our coaches say this over and over again. And we take notes, and we take notes and we write information down, but until it happens to you, it doesn't resonate. And sometimes it has to happen to you for it to resonate. And one of the things that really resonated with me is getting married to the process and not to the prospect, and not being so dependent on a specific prospect. You sign up this amazing person you think is going to just make your business go like that, and then they quit. And it's like, dang. Well, you kind of start to doubt yourself. You're like, well, gee, am I a bad judge of character, or just that person wasn't at the right time in their life? Really wasn't at the right time, because they begin to doubt themselves. May not have been you, may just been them. So keep that in mind. Just Coach Marcus just said, just we're looking for the people at the right time in their life. When they're at the right time, they're not going to leave. They're going to go. They're going to give it their all. They're going to be there for you and for your team and help you get to where you want to be as you help them get to where they want to be. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you to our coach tonight, our teacher, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing space and with the Green Organics companies in HBN. Also a diamond, only male diamond in HBN and GoDesana, and our first six-figure earner at GoDesana. So I was going to say Coach Figures Anders. Coach Will Anders, are you available, sir?
Oh, I love Coach Figures. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Thank you so much, Miriam, for that kind introduction. Thank you so much, Coach Marcus, putting this together. Happy birthday, Coach Seymour. Can we put that out there? Can we throw it out there for Coach Seymour? Man, look like he in his 30s. I don't even know how old Coach Seymour is. If he want to put in the chat, he can let us know. But between him and Troy, they just give me a lot of hope in levels. It's like right here, I feel like that's where I'm at. 64, bro, stop it. Stop. You got me here. And I always look up to Coach Marcus and Coach Troy because they are just the epitomes of healthy and aging welderly, getting welderly. And then you have Coach Seymour right here, which is a whole nother level. And then even above Coach Seymour, you have the Charlotte Whitakers and the Rick Burnett's. And it just gives me hope. You're going to be the sum total of the people you spend the most time with. So I know for sure, metaphysically, spiritually, biologically, financially, I love hanging out with this particular group of people. I can't put it any other way. We're really, really fortunate to be around those individuals. And it applies to every aspect. It's like, for example, if you are struggling with weight loss and releasing weight in your life, the best thing you can do is be around people like Coach Sonic, who's lost over 100 pounds. Be around people like Miriam, who's going to be a coach very sooner than she thinks. She's going to be heading to the top of the pay plan. I already feel it, and I know she feels it too. And to see Miriam drop over 120, something absolutely crazy. But it's just a lifestyle. And when you're around those people, even if you don't understand how it works, it's just part of cellular osmosis on an etheric level. And you're going to start to have a lot of those positive health benefits and financial benefits. So thank you so much for that as well. And as always, Miriam's always spot on with all of her perspectives from the newbie corner. I love that. Yeah, she said it. Be married to the process, not married to the prospect. And just know we don't like it like this, but just based on statistics, and we can always beat the statistics as we do, but 70% of people inside network marketing and outside of network marketing in the regular world, 70% of people are going to die broke. You just got to accept that, be good with it, and keep it moving. They are not going to be here. I mean, I won't get here on this. This is according to insurance company statistics, which have been out and kept meticulously longer than any of us have been alive. 70% of people in America, the most prosperous country on earth, the most opportunity of everywhere in all the countries in the world. We got the most opportunity. People in America could go do TikTok and become a millionaire. It's the craziest stuff ever. You got people doing YouTube that end up making $20 million boxing superstars. That can only happen in America. It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. You got people who have been introverts their whole life, and then they write a book, and then the book takes off, and then they become millionaires. Like, it's America. But 70% of people are going to die in debt. I need you to just be clear on that. It's not our fault. We don't have nothing to do with that. And even the good book says the poor will always be among you. Let me try to do I think Marcus be doing the blur. Let me be cool like Marcus for a second. Let me see if I can start figuring out this type of stuff. Marcus be doing the blur. Let me try to blur. Did I do it right? I think so. It just looked cool. I don't know. Marcus is all the cool technical stuff. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for that. And also thank you to Sydney Brown. And I'm going to just be the first person to start this. We want to try. It's not going to work, but I'm going to try. We want to just start lobbying for Sydney Brown to move back to Atlanta at some point, so she's closer to where most of the teams and people are, so we can hang out with her more often. She's up in Indiana. Ain't nobody up in Indiana. Sydney, we need you in Atlanta, man. We sad. It just ain't the same. It ain't the same. All right, let me get down to it. Here we go. Girl, we ain't coming to Indiana. Ain't nothing up there. What you mean? She said we coming to Indiana. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. Here we go. Here we go. We've been talking about, really just cultivating your unfair advantages in network marketing. And do me a favor, make sure we have our lines on mute for the recording. And also too, I just saw that today. Huge shout out to Derek Jamat, 2,500 in commissions. When the average network marketer in our industry does not make $500 over the course of their entire network marketing career. Most network marketers do not even make $500 over the course of all the years that they're in network marketing. That's 70% of behavior. We don't do that here. And a huge shout out to Derek Jamat on hitting 2,500 in commissions. He's already earned 500% more than the average network marketer. Because Seymour said it, the average network marketer, $8 in profit. That's what they make a month. So if you're making more than $8 a month, get excited. Get excited. Okay. So we've been cultivating our unfair advantages that we have here with our companies and our coaching and teaching with network marketing. And success in business is not about luck. Okay, I've just given you the summary here. It's about leveraging the unfair advantage. All right, and most people in network marketing, as we've discussed, are only focusing on the physical aspect without building a solid foundation, and they'll get a little bit of results, maybe, and then it'll stop working and they'll quit. Okay. The next thing that you have is that people will level up and start getting on the mental plane, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight. That's going to be skills. It's going to be understanding your pay plan, how to do social media, and this, that, and the third. And they're going to get some good strategies and they're going to make some money, but it's going to be short lived. Okay. Because there's that third plane of existence we always talk about. It's the most important one. And that's got to be the spiritual plane of existence. You have to master the physical, mental, and spiritual planes of existence, and you'll understand that as an individual, animals, unlike us, animals are born, regular animals, I mean, all animals, but we're humans. Animals are born ready to survive in their environment, and a shark, a bear, and an eagle doesn't need training to do these things. Okay, so just understand that. Humans are weak by nature, or weak in comparison to the rest of God's creation. We don't have the claws, the thick skin, the super senses, the good hearing. We can't fly. We can't swim for long, long periods of time and hold our breath for 3 hours like a turtle. We don't have a thick shell, horns. We don't have none of that. But we were giving something far greater, and that is the ability to shape our environment instead of being shaped by the environment. And most people try to adapt to network marketing instead of creating an environment that works for them. And this is why they fail over the long term. Okay, so we've talked all about it. We've given you all of the rundowns, and you understand that you don't have a money problem. You have a problem solving problem. And part of tonight, the mental shift that you have to understand is that once I'm just going to assume that you have the spiritual component handled. If you don't, please message me on Facebook and say, Will, we need another training on that. It's not clicking for me. If that doesn't click for you, and that's what all the great spiritualists and sages and prophets over the years have all given the same information in different ways, in different books and different languages. If that part doesn't click, the success you have will be short-lived every single time. All right. And that's just the nature of the way that God created the universe. All right. So that being said, if you need more help on that, message me on Facebook. We'll do another training another day on that. But today we promised we're going to be diving into the mental plane of building a network marketing business. And this is going to be a lot of the strategy. Remember how we said on the other call, you have to go through the levels of learning. You're going to go through the level of unconscious incompetence, which is you don't know what you don't know. You're going to keep hearing this information. You're going to start doing the business. And then you're going to get to the level of conscious incompetence, which means you realize what you don't know. And it can be a lot. And then you're going to graduate. If you just stay focused, stay committed, keep putting in the work, you're going to graduate to level 3, which is conscious competence. And that's when you're applying those new skills. And then you stay there long enough, you put the work in over and over and over again, the effort, then you're going to graduate to the level of unconscious competence, which is where success becomes really automatic. And that's where we want to get you to, especially in 2025. The last thing I'll tell you before we dive into the pay plan and how to really make that thing go is to remember that what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. This is the key to mastery, and the key to duplication is to learn this information over and over again and do it in real life over and over again until you got the results, and then you can teach it. Okay, you got the results, and then you can teach it. And when you do that and you start seeing you got to get the results first. But then when you start working with people and they start having the results, and the people they're coaching start having the results, that is when you've created enough impact to have that type of income that you really want. All right. And it's all a mental game. The physical work is easy. Okay. And don't forget the number one thing, and I hate to say it, the number one thing, well, I need to say it. Once you start putting all this stuff into practice, the thing that can shoot you down and end your success faster than anything else and ruin all your hard work is going to be complaining. Gossip is a second, but complaining, it is I read you the scriptures the other day. God punishes complainers because it denies who he created you to be. He created you to become successful. So if you're complaining about this, that, or a third, and you're complaining about the process and not falling in love with the process, the way Miriam said, you're not really trusting God to lead you down the proper path. And for our team members who are atheists, I know we got a couple. I love you too. You can try to figure out all this stuff on your own without God's help. I'm not saying you can't do it. All things are possible, but you're going to have a slightly more challenging journey than those of us who are humble enough to acknowledge the fact that we can't do this on our own. We didn't put ourselves here, and just understanding that where our place is in the big picture is will give you a lot of peace. Okay, a lot of peace, because if there's a power bigger than you, then it can solve problems that are bigger than you, and we like to lean on God for that. All right, so let's move on. Uh, the mental, the spiritual work is the mind, the law of mind, the motivation. It's the feelings and the emotions of doing the business. And then we have the physical part, which is the inviting, the prospecting, the scripts, the posting, and stuff like that. We'll cover that, I think, next week or something. But tonight we're going to be working on the mental work. Okay, that's the pay plan. The mental work is going to be the algorithm, the star bonus, the math of network marketing, the strategy of network marketing. So step one in understanding, and anytime you have questions, please put those in the chat. We got a ton of great leaders on tonight who can answer for you. If not, I'll answer them. We'll get it taken care of. But step one, okay, this is the key to the pay plan. There's two pieces to it. Here's step one, and please get this down. You must, this is not negotiable, and I'll explain why in a second. You must fall in love with the product so that you can make the maximum commitment a no-brainer. Okay, we're doing GoDesana tonight. We're going to do HBN on Sunday. Okay, you must. Step one, you must fall in love with the products. You have to. It's not even up for debate, so that you can make a maximum commitment a no-brainer. Okay, if you're not in love with the products, having a maximum commitment of 100 BV will seem odd to you for some time, unless you just got money to burn. You're like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna do it. It doesn't matter how much money you're making on a monthly basis in life with your job or your side gigs or whatever that is. If you fall in love with the product, the maximum commitment is going to become a no-brainer. Some stuff you can't put a price tag on. All right. I'm gonna just give you a couple of facts that I love that really helped me understand the value of the products we have. And well, tell them about the algorithm. We're going to get to that. Relax, so slow your jets. Okay. If you understand the intricacies of the pay plan, but do not have a deep connection with the products, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, you're never going to make the money long term anyway. There are too many companies out there right now that take a great pay plan. They wrap it around some products that are trash. They just have the products there just to promote the pay plan. Those companies don't last and those people don't make no money. That's most network marketers. That's 70, 80% of network marketing companies. At some point, it's going to click in your head why you didn't make the money you want to make at the previous 10 companies you've been with. It's going to click at some point. All right. So here's the stuff I'm telling you. There was a study done in 1992, and it showed a link between magnesium deficiency and sudden death. It just showed that people that had magnesium and they were magnesium deficient, they just dropped dead more often than people who were not. And it was an all-cause mortality thing. So and most people are magnesium deficient. You can Google this stuff, okay? We have not only a magnesium product, but we have magnesium in our products to the point where you don't even have to buy our magnesium. You might get another product that we have that has magnesium in it, and the amount of magnesium we have is suitable according to all the research that there is. And that's a PubMed.gov study. So if people who are deficient in magnesium die more often and faster than people who do not have magnesium, and look, Cosina put it in there, fulvic acid. Don't sleep on fulvic acid. I'm gonna tell you one quick point. I haven't done full out training on fulvic acid yet because it is still one of the newer supplements. And whenever I do a training, it is going to be based on PubMed.gov studies, medical research, peer-reviewed studies, and these studies have to be a few years old. They're doing all that research right now on fulvic, which is incredible. But the studies that I want to see at the level of research I like to do, those studies won't even be published for another year or two, if Big Pharma even lets them get published. That's a whole nother conversation. But for those of you who know, we take fulvic every day. Because we know what it does. We've seen the results in our bodies, and we know that experts like Coach Tina and Chelsea and many others are all on board in helping us understand fulvic. So that's that part. So magnesium. There's another study done in 2016 that showed that low magnesium in intensive care patient units, okay, was associated with higher mortality rates and the need for mechanical ventilation and a need for longer ICU stays, intensive care unit stays. So even people that get rushed to the emergency room, the people who have good levels of magnesium will not only live more, but they'll be out of the hospital faster. Okay. So you don't want to not have magnesium in your diet in some capacity. And we have the best formulated angstrom magnesium in the world in our product. So just understand that. Another thing that I read, and this is a study from 2022, and it was investigating the effect of Nigella sativa and vitamin D3 on COVID-19 patients. Okay, now I can speak about this stuff. It's not a medical claim. I'm reading to you direct from the PubMed.gov studies from the National Institute of Health. You can go look this stuff up on your own. Okay, but the results indicated that the black seed oil and vitamin D3, which is sunshine, by the way, if you just want to be out in the sun 15 minutes a day, you'll get it. Just understand that combination of products, D3 and black seed oil, alleviated the cough, alleviated fatigue, alleviated headache, rhinorrhea, dyspnea, whatever that is, cured that too, or alleviated that as well. And additionally, there was a significant improvement in viral clearance rates, showing that people who were taking it didn't even have COVID-19 anymore in that stat. Well, what about the people who had COVID-19 and they call it long COVID, this weird stuff over there. There's a 2023 study, okay, that showed the benefits of black seed oil. Okay, we got it right here. I take it every single day, 2 to 3 times a day. Just understand that the black seed oil showed benefits in managing the long COVID symptoms. Okay, the research in the 2023 article showed that the black seed oil antiviral property, anti-inflammatory property, immunomodulatory properties to help boost your immune system, showed that it was beneficial in addressing the symptoms associated with long COVID. So the short story is this. There's a group of people who all had COVID years after suffering with it, years after the pandemic, scamdemic ended, okay? The people who took Black Seed Oil got better. The people who didn't take Black Seed Oil didn't get better. I don't know if there's a better way to explain the common sense of how good these products are. But if you don't do the research and don't become educated, you might not use the products enough to fall in love with them the way you should. Will, why didn't you get vaccinated? The doctor said you need to get vaccinated. Because I did my own research and I know that that's all I needed anyway. I just needed what I'd already been taking from HBN and GoDesana. I knew better, and that was just I know how to read. I don't know how else to break it down to you. Let me give you one more because I really want you to have a mental shift in the reality that if you don't fall in love with the products, if you don't see the value, it's not about the 100 BV. It's about there's got to be 3 or 4 products that I need in my house so I can live longer. It's just coincidentally, they're going to come out to like 100 BV, give or take. All right. And that's not even counting the deodorant and the soap. Okay. That's not even counting the tooth powder. Tooth powder, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you this stuff because if I don't tell you this, you don't see the connection between the profit and the product. I'm going to say that again. Too many network marketers, pay plan, pay plan, pay plan. Yeah, we'll get there. It's simple. Okay. But people won't understand that there has to be a connection between the product and the profit, or else people aren't going to keep buying it and you'll have no residual ongoing income. At some point, it's got to click for you. Okay. Now, that being said, the tooth powder, all right? Sugar does not cause cavities. It's the bacteria that causes cavities. The bacteria in your mouth that causes cavities. But the bacteria that lives in your mouth, nasty, I know, but the bacteria that lives in everybody's mouth, it literally lives on sugar. And when it eats sugar, okay, it secretes an acid, and the acid is going to destroy your teeth, enamel, and bone. And that's what causes cavities. It's the acid from the bacteria. But if you don't eat sugar, the bacteria gets starved to death. One of the things that you can do is understand that every toothpaste that you go to see in Walmart, all of them, Forever and Target, Amazon, those toothpastes they're cool. They are not antibacterial toothpaste. Okay, you can't make an antibacterial in a paste that's actually healthy for you. It has to be in a powder formula to maintain the antibacterial property. It's got to be a powder or a liquid. It's just how it works. So just understand our tooth powder has such incredible ingredients in it, but it does have antibacterial essential oils infused in the powder. So just know that the bacteria that causes cavities cannot exist in an environment that has the ingredients in the tooth powder in it. It's an antibacterial, antimicrobial tooth powder that whitens your teeth and your breath smells amazing. So I just want to put that out there. There's no reason for you not to have this tooth powder in your home. So you don't need to be thinking, how is anybody at 5 BV? I don't understand. There are people who say, Will, I want to be great. I want to be good at the business. I'm going to do this. I'm posting on social media. And then I see them in the back office under the volume. I'm going, this person at 5 BV. Now, this is not saying that the person's homeless or whatever, or on the borderline of whatever. I'm not talking about that. This is not even talking about our team members in other countries, because our team members in other countries, their dollar is a lot of times not as strong as our dollar. So it costs them triple sometimes. So y'all, I get it. But people in the US, ladies and gentlemen, you can never be at 5 BV and have it make no sense. Deodorant, I hope you're wearing it, but the tooth powder is like 10 or 15 BV. There's no way you can't. If you are brushing your teeth with anything other than this, please log off the Zoom. Please, because the stuff I'm about to show you in the pay plan, it won't help you. It won't help you. You're capped. Okay, you're capped. Let me give you one more. I'll tell you what, y'all get the point. I'll cover this another time. I'm actually doing a product training tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. No, I'm sorry, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time in the testimonial group on Facebook. So if you're not in there, haven't invited people, I will see you tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time in the Green Organics testimonial group, and I'll do a product training, kind of like the information you just gotten. You're going to get a ton of that tomorrow. So let me just skip through that so we can dive into the good stuff. All right. Now, once you understand step one, that's falling in love with the product, so that maximizing the pay plan becomes a no-brainer. you can move on to the strategy portion. Expecting a six-figure income while staying at the lowest level of auto ship, it's like trying to win a marathon, but you're not leaving the starting line. It just won't work. Your commission potential, and this is not our fault. This is the way the companies are set up in all of network marketing, but especially here. Your commission potential is directly tied to your business volume. Okay. If you're only at 5 BV, you're capping the earnings before you get started. It's like in network marketing, your payout is a percentage of total volume. So staying at the lowest level of auto ship, your team is going to stay at the lowest level of auto ship. You're leaving so much commissions on the table. You can't expect 100K results with a 5 BV commitment. It is mathematically impossible. And sometimes we're not clear enough on that with people because we want you to be happy with the product to use. If it's just one product a month, great. That's awesome. But do not plug in with a blue pen and paper talking about, I'm about to learn how to make six figures in 6 months, because you won't do it. It's mathematically impossible. And any network marketer that tells you otherwise, they're just lying to you. You're going to do the work because you think it's easier. You think you can get by with 12 BV a month and make $250,000 this year. You won't. And then you're going to claim network marketing is a scam or a scheme. I've been working too hard. I'm not making the money. It's a pipeline. Your auto ship is a pipeline, and it's an investment in your business. It's an investment in yourself. Between the magnesium, it's an investment in you living longer. Between the tooth powders, it's an investment in you not having a yucky, nasty mouth of bacteria. Your mouth smell like you got a leprechaun tap dancing on your tongue with poop on his shoes. Just bad breath come from bacteria. You don't need none of that. Okay. There's no reason for you not to be on products with either company that are at 100 BV. They're just too good and they help you live longer. And that's what the science says. All right. All right. Now, whew, pay plan. All right. GoDesana. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tackle this pay plan. If we run long tonight, so be it. Because what I want you to do is if you have questions, if there's anything that I talk about right now that you don't understand 100% with crystal clear clarity about the GoDesana pay plan, you need to put it in the chat. Let me make sure I'm checking the chat. Okay. Because you need to make sure that you understand this pay plan. It makes me sad that some of y'all team members are not on this call because they will not understand the money. And until you understand it, it's hard for you to put out the thought vibrations that are going to manifest that because you just don't get it. You don't, it's not clicking for you internally. As a man thinketh in himself, so it's in his heart, so is he. You got to really think about this stuff. And if you don't know what it does or how it works, it's hard for you to really think about it with any type of concrete mental focus. All right. So we're going to tackle this in order of the way that you would see the GoDesana pay plan in the back office on the GoDesana website. It's going to start off with member reward points. We don't need that. You can write that down. Number one part of the GoDesana pay plan in order, member reward points. The membership reward points are up to 30%. Okay. Cash like credit for products up to 30%. The longer you're on monthly auto ship, you're going to increase as the months go by in 90-day increments. You're going to increase the amount of cash that the company gives you back on a monthly basis toward the purchase of products. So for example, if you're at 100 BV with GoDesana, which you should be, if you want to make 100K, just take it from me. If there was any other way to do it faster, I would have did it. It's not. If there was MRP, I get 30% per month back. So I get $30 a month back off my 100 BV order. My order might be a little bit over the 100 BV, 115, something like that, 120. And that's just one of my orders for my household. Okay, we'll talk about strategic supply orders shortly. But understand that the MRP gives you another at least $100 worth of credit every 90 days at that 30% level. And most of you who've been here long enough or a little over a year, you'll see that money. You can use that to buy products that cost you $0 and you can sell the products for whatever you want. I need you to really think about that. Okay. If, for example, this month I got a free $30. Last month I got another free $30. I haven't used my MRP in a while. It's probably a couple of $100. Okay. What I'm going to do is I could go buy products for me that I don't have to spend. Okay. I could go buy birthday presents or Christmas presents and I don't have to spend money out of my bank account for that. Okay. I can take that same money. I can go buy products. I could go buy products and then I could sell the products to people for less than they would do if they would have got them on the website because I'll make, if let's say this is $20 on the website, I can sell it for 10 or 15. I'm making 10 or $15 profit. And that person got a good deal and they're going to love the product. And then the next month, they can go buy it at the regular price on the website. But just understand the MRP is free money. If you're buying products on a monthly basis and you're on auto ship, you get MRP. If you're buying products on a monthly basis, but it's not on auto ship, you don't get MRP. That's just how it works. Okay. And your mind can be so creative with all the ways for you to make money with MRP. Okay. Next up, the rev share pools. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. The revenue share pools, there's some fun money. There's some good money for you. You're going to get paid those on a weekly basis, but you're going to get those dependent on your rank. Okay, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. Remember, we're talking about GoDesana tonight. So there's a revenue share pool. All right. I can tell you personally from my experience, the revenue share pool is not something that you need to be getting super, super fired up about until one or two things happen. You get up to the platinum or diamond level consistently, or the company gets to about $250 million a year in income. Then those revenue shares will really pick up. But for right now, it's just some fun free money. It's paid weekly. You get it even if you didn't do it. All you got to do is have a certain rank. Even if you don't sponsor anybody that week, you still get paid revenue share pool. And that's really cool. It's a really cool residual income, but that is only applicable to the people who are going to work hard to get their rank ups to platinum and diamond consistently. And it's only going to become really relevant as the company grows over the next 3 to 5 years and hits the $250 million, $500 million, and eventually one day, hopefully, the $1 billion mark. That is when you see that revenue share pool really start to explode. All right. So that's like it's like stock. It's like stock options with a company. And we just pray that the company does great and keeps rolling. And we just work hard to make sure the company keeps rolling. The third thing, all right, if anybody has any questions about the MRP or the revenue share pool, put them in the chat now so we can answer those questions. All right, number 3. This is probably my favorite or second favorite part of the pay plan because it is retail commissions. We don't even really call them fast starts no more at GoDesana. At every other network marketing company, they are fast starts because they are going to give you a certain percentage of the initial order of your customer or your new team member that you personally sponsor at most companies. But after that, you don't get that again. Okay. At HBN, it does happen a little bit longer. So we'll talk about that. But at GoDesana, the retail commissions, the residual income is the best I have ever seen in over a decade of doing this industry and creating over $100 million in sales over the course of my career. This is the best. Put a star by this one. This is a big deal. And if you don't understand it, it's going to be hard for you to talk to other people in network marketing and explain to them how we're different. This is a huge thing about how we're different, assuming you understand our products are world class. The retail commissions are going to pay you 25% for every single order of any team member or customer that you personally sponsor. It can be an auto ship order, you'll get 25%. It can be an order today, you'll get 25%. It could be a one-time non-auto ship order, you'll get 25% of the CV. It could be an order 19 months from now for $1,000 and you'll get 25% of the BV. The person can, no matter how, they can order 2 orders in a day, you'll get 25 BV. It never goes away. It never dies. You don't need a rank to get it. It's 25% of all the money that comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear. This is such a special part of our pay plan. I want you to have a mental shift to not only fall in love with the products, but fall in love with this part of the pay plan because it is so different. It is so different. If companies were paying 25% of the volume with products, do you understand everybody would work at McDonald's? Because you would get 25% of every cheeseburger you ever rang up. McDonald's is never going to give you that. Could you imagine if Uber or Lyft would give you 25% of every ride forever? Even when the person continues to go get rides from other people. I need this to click in your head. How impressive 25% forever. You can get one customer today that does 100 BV a month. They can do 25 BV a month, doesn't matter, any product. But one customer today that gets some soap, some deodorant, some tooth powder, and a couple of essential oils. and they're buying 100 BV. Ladies and gentlemen, over the course of a year, okay, that's hundreds of dollars a year from just one customer. Don't think about, oh, that's just 25 BV this month. That's just 25 bucks this month, Will. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 300 bucks a year. I need that that's just one customer at 100 BV. Imagine if, Lord forbid, you get 2 or 3 customers, you're talking about thousands of dollars a year. I need you to really just understand, just having 5 to 10 customers that are spending anywhere from 25 BV to 50 BV to $100 a month at GoDesana, you just got yourself a raise for thousands of dollars a year. I just did. I was talking to Eileen the other day. She just had a young lady who made $1,000 order. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? That's over $250. Enjoy. Okay, so just understand. And there are some benefits for them. If you're not, now let me be clear. There's a part of the pay plan where if you're going to get some big orders like 1,000 and up, you're going to want to break those up. If you don't break them up, the computer will issue out a bulk discount where they're going to save a lot of money, but you're going to get less commissions because the computer's going to automatically give them the savings because it's going to think that they're a big store. So just understand that you're doing 1,000 BV orders, break them things up. But there are people, I've got some before, Eileen's got some, I know Marcus has got some. We've all had at some point now our short GoDesana career, we've had orders of anywhere from $400, $500, $700 to $1,000. You just have to really be an advocate of your products, and you have to be a product of the product. Just that's that, all right? But that being said, it's 25% for every customer you ever get. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. If you have any questions about this before we move on, please ask the questions because this is important. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you're a silver, which means you have at least 10 customers that are active at least 5 BV, that is almost nothing. Okay. If you're a silver, how many people put silver in the chat if you're a silver or above? Okay, if you're currently a silver or above, you might have hit diamond once, now you're silver, might have hit gold, but now you're silver. If you're currently silver or above, just put silver in the chat right now. Here's what you get. On the retail commission side, let's say, for example, I sponsor Charlotte Whitaker. All right. Charlotte's a rock star. We all know it. All right. I'm going to get paid 25% monthly of Charlotte's orders. Charlotte's orders a lot of stuff every single month. However, because I'm a silver, when Charlotte sponsors Kenya, I'm going to get a percentage of Kenya's auto ship and all her orders she gets every month forever. So there's a fast start piece attached to your rank. So just understand that. But that's for bronze. But if I sponsor Charlotte, and Charlotte, I get 25% there. If I'm just a bronze, okay, I'm going to get 2% of every person who met Charlotte sponsors as well. I get that 2%. It adds up quick. But when you get to silver with GoDesana, you get a 3rd level. Now, what is that? Okay, you get a 3rd level. And that means that if Miss Charlotte sponsors Kenya, but then Kenya sponsors 100 people, I'm going to get 2% of all 100 people's orders forever, every month. People say, Will, we got Black Seed oil at HBN and GoDesana. Why should I sell it at HBN or GoDesana? Sometimes it's HBN, sometimes GoDesana, depending on the product. I'm gonna tell you right now, Black Seed oil, GoDesana 100%. Will, why? Because if your customer keeps ordering GoDesana Black Seed oil, which is the same as HBN Black Seed oil, the customer keeps ordering it, you're gonna get paid every month forever. HBN doesn't have that. You get paid 90 days. HBN has some other things that make the pay plan really strong. And we'll talk about that on Sunday. I made over $1 million with HBN, like 1.6, something like that right now. I'm gonna tell you, it's a great pay plan. It's the best. The only comparison is GoDesana. And we'll talk about that Sunday. But certain products that we have at both, I don't like that we have them at both because people will think that promoting Black Seed oil to their group with GoDesana with HBN makes them more money. It doesn't. It doesn't. It makes you more money on the GoDesana side because the repeat customers never go away. Additionally, HBN's pay plan, we'll talk about it on Sunday, requires a little bit more structure. Okay, a little bit more structure. All right. GoDesana pay plan, it's simple. You got 10 orders, congratulations, silver, keep it moving. All right. If you get to the level of gold, you're going to get an additional level. And these are not levels per se, these are generations. So let's say, for example, I sponsor Charlotte. Lucky me. I get my 25%. And then Charlotte sponsors Kenya and Corey. Hey, now I'm getting 2% from both. But let's say Kenya sponsors 150 people, Corey sponsors 50 people. I'm getting 2% from all 150 people. And then Corey sponsors a guy named Marcus Jones. And Marcus Jones goes on to build one of the biggest teams in network marketing history. Do you know that if I'm a gold, I'm going to get 2% of Marcus's entire, every single person he sponsors and their orders forever, every single month, every single week, every single day, forever. So, depending on your rank, ladies and gentlemen, you could find somebody 4 or 5 generations deep, 6 generations deep, and you can wonder why. Why did my check go from $1,100 a month to $11,000 a month in 30 days? Who did that? What happened down there? What on earth occurred to make that happen? This pay plan has that element. And when you understand it, you're going to respect it more. When you understand it, you're going to start to fall in love with the pay plan just as much as you do the products. But that's the retail commissions. And it's the only place in network marketing I have ever seen something that is not fast start. It is pure, real residual income every single month. If something ever happens to you, just look, everybody who came to our event, corporate got sent the whole list of all your next to kin notifications. If anything ever happens, we know who to send your check to and tell them put their debit card on. We don't want that to ever happen, but just know that the company, the way that our team is structured with the company, we have safeguards in place so that your residual income doesn't go away if something happens to you. You just have to be plugged in to what we're doing, because if we don't know, we don't know, and we're not going to guess. We need to know. All right. I remember the Orange Beach, Alabama event when everybody gave me a list. Okay. And we had to turn that in. Okay. If anything ever happens to you, we need to have someone to contact on file and go, hey, so and so, yeah, we're very sorry. We know we're grieving. We just have to reach out. Okay, reach out. Do you want to put your debit card on file for auto ship so you can continue this residual income? I think it's what Bob would have wanted. Okay, that is what we have the ability to do. Other network marketing companies, I can bet you bottom dollar, have almost never had those conversations with you the way we have at our events. They've never had those conversations with you about what happens to your check if something happens to you, because they don't care. You'll get it one day. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the matrix. Let's dive into the matrix. This is the retail's good. The matrix is going to get you set up. Okay, this GoDesana matrix, the HBM matrix is amazing. This GoDesana matrix is going to get you set up. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you got your paper and pens ready, because y'all going to do some writing. We could have did a screen share with some slides. I could have got technically savvy. Hey, Coach Marcus, can you put this up on the screen? I was like, nope, not doing it, because y'all jokers going to learn this year how to do the pay plan proper. You are going to learn how to do it, because when people ask you, how does the money work? If you can't show them, because you've watched this recording 10, 15, 20, 30 times, if you can't show them how to do the pay plan, don't be surprised when they don't make no money, because they don't know how the money works. Do not be surprised when your prospects quit because they're not making any money, because they don't know how the money works. All right, well, you're going to learn tonight. So I want you to draw out a sheet on your sheet of paper, and I want you to write the numbers on one side of the page, 1 through 12. Okay, 1 through 12. And I'll tell you, as you're writing those numbers down, all right, the reason we're doing that is because we're just going to be talking about the first 12 levels of the matrix. If you can understand the first 12 levels of the matrix, levels 13, 14, and 15, which is what you get at gold, platinum, and diamond, that's easy. Okay, but you got to get the core 12 levels of the GoDesana matrix understood, and it pays out every Monday. So you can put in parentheses, GoDesana matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 pays out Mondays. Okay, every Monday. Put a $ in the chat if y'all got y'all matrix check on Monday. Put a $ in the chat. Okay, put a $ in the chat if you got paid matrix Mondays yesterday. Love it. All right, we love Mondays. Money making Mondays. All right, here we go. So in that first line, I want you to write down the number 2. In the second line, you're going to write down the number 4. I'll explain to it in a second. Next, you're going to write down the number 8. So on line 3, you should have the number 8. Then you should have the number 16 on line 4. All right. Then number 32 on line 5. And then on line 6, you're going to have 64. On the next line, you're going to have 128. On the next line, you're going to have 256. On the next line, you're going to have 512. On the next line, you're going to have 1,024. On the next line, you're going to have 2,048. And on the last line, line 12, you are going to have 4,096. Okay, you got that written down. That is going to be representative of the numbered levels of the GoDesana matrix, the community revenue bonus program. Okay. Now we're going to use 100 BV monthly, because it's a smart thing to do. But even if you don't, we're going to use it anyway because it's easy math. If you set this up at 100 BV, it's that easy math. The math is easier and you make more money. All right. So imagine you have started to build an organization, and in your first week or first month, Lord forbid, first year of the organization, you have sponsored 2 people who are at 100 BV who really want to do this thing. Okay. Don't worry about how you sponsor them. We will cover that on the physical plane, which is going to be next Tuesday and Sunday. But today, just for whatever and giggles, you got 2 people that really want to do this business as much as you. And you're going to literally put on that first line, you see the number 2. I want you to write the X, like multiplication, times 100. Okay, times 100. And that's going to, you don't have to write the 200 next to it, but that's 2 people who are at 100 BV monthly. And those 2 people, let's say you don't sponsor, for the purposes of the matrix, let's pretend that you don't sponsor anybody else ever. These are your 2. Okay. It's me and Marcus and Charlotte, and we gonna rock this thing till the wheels fall off. And I'm never gonna sponsor another soul. Let's just pretend I just forgot how to sponsor people, but that's okay. I got my road dogs with me. We ready to rock this thing. Okay. They are going to sponsor 2 people apiece. Okay. We will teach you how to do that next Tuesday and Sunday. But for tonight, let's just write it down. We are still on the mental plane, not the physical action. What do I do plane? We're on the mental plane. Okay. Understanding the mental strategy of how the algorithm works, the pay plan, things like that, the algorithm. On that next line, which is line number 2, you have a 4. Now you're going to write X, which is multiplication, times 100. Why? Because Charlotte and Marcus, in their own time frame, have gone on to sponsor 2 people. Okay, we got Corey and Kenya, and Marcus, he rolled them dice and got lucky. He got Chelsea and Coach Tina. Crazy, crazy. And those individuals are all doing 100 BV because they're all experienced network marketers and they know what they're doing. And so now on that second level, you have 400 BV in volume. Now let's say that Charlotte Marcus don't sponsor anybody more ever for the purpose of this example, okay? And let's just say all that you and Marcus and Charlotte are doing are helping Corey and Kenya and Chelsea and Tina. All you're doing is helping them do the same thing you already did. So you're qualified to help people because you sponsored them. So obviously you're qualified to help them sponsor people as well, all right? And let's say that they sponsor 5 or 6 people, 3 of them quit, but 2 people have stayed solid with Chelsea and Tina and Kenya and Corey. All right, so on your third level, that number 3, where you have the number 8, that represents 8 brand new people who just joined your organization at 100 BV auto ship. So you can understand on that level, 8 times 100 is 800 in volume. Okay, now remember, this has nothing to do with the retail money, the fast start retail money. You're getting all that. This has nothing to do with the MRP. You're getting all that. Don't worry about none of that. This has nothing to do with the extra levels of retail commissions that you get based on rank or the the company revenue share pool. This has nothing to do with that. You've already gotten all that money. This is a separate piece of money, separate piece of cash. Okay. So let me know right now, does everybody understand how we got to 8 people on level 3? Does everybody put a 1 in the chat if you understand? If you don't, please put I do not understand in the chat. This is critical. Yes, we're going to run long on the call tonight. No, I don't care. It's that important. It is that important. Okay, let me make sure everybody good. If you're not good, this is the time to step up. If you don't understand, listen, just put I don't get it. All right, everybody's good. Thank goodness. And if not, we will slow down for you. Tonight's your night. Tonight is your night. All right. So, does it make sense that on level 4, you will have 16 new people? Okay. Because the people that Corey and Kenya and Tina and Chelsea have sponsored, all right, have sponsored their 2 people. And let me tell you why they were able to do it. Those new people who came in at 100 BV, here's a call. Oh, thank goodness. We got a question. Belinda Smith. Okay, here's a great thing. So Belinda asks, does it matter if they're placed on the left or the right? We don't have that feature that we use with GoDesana. That's an HBN thing. I'm pretty sure we had the holding tank at GoDesana, but I'm pretty sure it's not functional anymore. The people are just going to fall in order on purpose of the highest available spot. So if you sponsor 2 people, they are going to go in your first 2 available spots. If anybody anywhere ever quits, don't worry. The computer will take the next available spot and it will purge that empty account and move them up. So you don't have to really worry about a lot of the left-right structure strategy to GoDesana. It's really irrelevant. That's going to be a HBN thing. But great question. Great question. All right, let's see what Jessica says. Yeah, her shirt holding, and then it just placed it within minutes. Yeah, out of here. Yeah, it's the computer's gonna do what it do. I don't even bother with it. We go to sign up. I just want to sponsor people into the business. Now there are ways that you can sponsor people and give away sponsorship to other people. We only recommend that in very select circumstances for elite level builders. So we're not going to cover that tonight. That's a different strategy for a different day, and it's only used maybe 5 or 10% of the time for a certain group of people. All right. So now at level 4, we should have 16 brand new people. And these brand new people, the 8 people who sponsored them, okay, the only reason they were able to do that is because they had Kenya and Corey, Tina, Chelsea, you, okay, Charlotte and Marcus. They had a team of 6 people who have already got it done. Those 6 people need to be helping those 8 people sponsor their people. Okay, it's one thing if you tell your kid, hey, go clean your room. It's another thing if you go in there with them and say, look, I'm taking a toy and putting it in a toy box. You go get a toy and put it in a toy box. And then you do it together, and that's how they learn. It's duplication. You learn by doing, but you learn by doing it with the person that you brought into the business. So those 16 people are going to have a team of 8 people, plus Charlotte, plus Marcus, plus Corey, plus Kenya, plus Chelsea, plus Tina, plus you. Okay, who are going to help them sponsor their people. They're going to give them the books. They're going to give them the videos. They're going to get them on the trainers. They're going to tell them what products do what and give them the script. They're going to help them sponsor their 2 people so that on your 5th level, you should have or will have at some point 32 people at 100 BV. We're using 100 BV for easy math, remember. And so on that 6th level, you should have 64 people at 100 BV. Put a 1 in the chat if that's tracking. If it's not tracking, put I don't get it in the chat. If it's tracking, put 1 in the chat. And please mute your lines. Thank you kindly. I'm just looking for questions, looking for one lonely soul that don't get it. I'm looking for them. If they ain't there, that's okay. That means we're doing a good job. We're taking it slow and steady. Okay. So now we do not have to talk you through levels 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because you should understand, for example, that on level 12 is 4,096 brand new people at 100 BV. So write an X times 100 by that. But what I want you to really understand is that those 4,096 people didn't come from you. You didn't have to know them or go out and sponsor them. Those 4,096 people, okay, came from the brand new 2,048 people. Those 2,048 people had over 1,000 people that had a vested interest in helping them to sponsor their first 2 people who are going to stick. Okay, people who have the right amount of desire, people who really they don't have to be rich, but they do have to be resourceful. Okay, there are people who want to build a financial wall of security around their family that nothing can get through. People who love these products as much as you do, and people who really do not ever want to have their income impacted by things like the DEI hiring or firing. These are people who don't want the government to be able to take their money or fire them or make them quit or make them take a COVID vaccine so they can keep their job or nothing like that. These are people who want freedom. They want freedom like they can breathe. That's the people that are going to lock arms with you, and we're going to do this thing forever, and we're never going to quit. Okay, so understand that is how you build a team. Okay, that's how you build a team of over 4,096 people. Because the next step, let me make sure we're all caught up. Are we all caught up on all 12 levels? And all 12 levels should have an X100 next to it just to symbolize the amount of volume that you get from every level. Put a 1 in the chat if we're all caught up. Put a 1 in the chat if we're all caught up so I can move on to the next step of the matrix. Okay, it's not tricky. It's not, we're past the hardest part already. That was the hardest part, is understanding how once you become a product of the product and you learn some basic skills, you sponsor your 2 people, just like Coach Marcus teaches every Saturday night. And then those 2 people are going to work with you to sponsor your 2 people. And now, mind you, this whole time, you might be getting customers, you might be getting rank advances, the diamond with a bunch of customers, and the team's helping, everybody's cranking. You might be making some money over here with some membership reward points. You might be doing trade shows and selling products and this, that. You can be doing all that. But whenever you hear me talk about keeping the main thing, this is the main thing. This is more important than any other thing that you do, is sponsoring 2 people that are like you and locking arms with them to help them do the same thing. Now, once we have those 12 levels, the next thing we're going to write down, either on the side to the right or underneath it, depending on how you structured your paper, you are going to write down 8,190. Why? That is the total of all of the people in your organization. Okay, 8,190 people. All right. Now, have I built organizations of over 8,190 people? Yes, for sure. My organization at HBN is far larger than that. But my organization at GoDesana, full transparency, it's not that big yet. We're still building it. Okay. That's just what it is. Not that big yet. Okay. So now we get all the way down, and you're going to have 8,190 people. Just trust me, you could add up all of those numbers. That's what it equals, 8190. Okay. Now, if you have 8,190 people, this is your chance to do some math. If you have 8,190 people and they're all at 100 BV per month, okay, how much does that equal in monthly volume for you? It's a 6-digit number, okay? You have 8,190 people. They're all at 100 BV a month for easy math. What does that equal? And the number that you get is the total amount of sales volume. Thank you, Shauna Jackson. It is $819,000 in sales volume within that calendar month. So you need to write that down. Okay, you need to write that down. I have 8,190 people in the organization. They're all at 100 BV, and that is 819,000 in sales volume. Thank you, Jessica Hill. That's exactly what it is. Now, here is the last step in calculating this piece of your check on a monthly basis. You are going to take 819,000 and you are going to multiply it times 0.03. That's 3%, okay? 0.03 equals. That is going to be your check that month for the matrix. So who wants to let me know what that number is? All right, it's going to be a 5-figure number. I'm very familiar with it. Exactly, you got it. It is $24,570 on the monthly basis. Now let's ask some very important questions, because I need to cultivate the mental foundation of, 1, why this works. 2, it works for us at every company that's ever been the binary or matrix that we've ever been a part of. And 3, the things that you need to do to get to this are actually easier than your full-time job. Let's think about it. Is it beyond the realm of speculation that you could have $100 of products a month? Is that just crazy to somebody? Is that like obscene? Like, oh no, I could never. No, I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, if it was an emergency, people say, well, I don't have 100 BV products. If there was an emergency that popped up and you had to have 100 some bucks, how would you go get it? Okay. People say, well, I really want to join. I don't have the money. I don't have 100 BV. If there was an emergency in your household, okay, and you needed 100 BV to handle that emergency, how would you get the money? And they would be like, yeah, I'm gonna sell some stuff and figure it out. Good, we're gonna figure it out right now, because I don't want you to be broke all your life. No adult should ever be like, I ain't even got 100 some bucks just to play with. That's crazy. I've been there, done that. So I know it's not beyond the realm of speculation. But once I got past that and understood network marketing, I've never had that problem ever again. And you shouldn't either. All right. And neither should your prospects. We want to help people. All right. So if you got 819,000 in volume and you multiply that times 0.03, the algorithm will cut you that check that month of $24,570. That has nothing to do with all of the other money that we talked about. All right. How many people would like to make $24,000 a month just in the matrix? That's going to get you close to the 30,000 for the month. But how many people would it really change your life? But look at what you did. You got 100 VM products, you learn some basic skills, and then you talk to people. And you're going to talk to enough people until you get the right people at the right time in their life that are ready to do what you did. I'm going to say that again. You are going to have to talk to people. You are going to have to talk to people either in person or social media, smoke signal, email, paper letter, Campbell soup can with the string on it. You are going to have to at some point talk to people, and you're going to have to find the right people at the right time in their life. People that's like you, people that are fed up, busted, disgusted, not satisfied with the life that they're currently living, and you want more for your family. Yep, carrier pigeons. The little owl from Harry Potter. We're going to send them on. Okay. So there are people out there like you because you're out there, and so was I. There are a lot of people like us out there. Okay. So that's how you get it. Now here's a question. To make that 24,000 a month, did you have to sponsor more than 2 people? That's the question. Absolutely not. Now, will you sponsor more than 2 people? Sure. You probably sponsor 10, 15, 20. Half of them going to quit anyway. That's network marketing. Get over it. But the right people at the right time in their life, that's your two. They're not going to be going back and forth with you about auto ship. They're going to be at the event. They already got their ticket. Oh, we got a few in-person tickets left for Nashville. If you don't have one and you want to get one, please get one before they sell out because we got to book the venue. I talked to 2 of the venue people today. All right. That being said, you only had to sponsor 2 people. These 2 people, I'm gonna just tell you me. I'm not gonna let them out of my sight. I will be able to tell you their birthday, zodiac sign, how many kids they got, marital status, the color of their hair. I'm gonna be able to tell you what the wallpaper look like in their living room. So I'm gonna be at their house at some point. I don't care if I got to drive. These are my people. Success is tied up in your success. I'm not gonna let you fail. I can't count the number of times I done drove up to Roswell, Georgia to see Miss Charlotte Bill with them in Kenya. I don't forgot. It's so many I don't forgot, and I don't care. If I went back, the reason I can do that, back when I had a job over 10 years ago, I would use my sick time to go see my top 2 team members. I would just go see them. I gotta go work. I gotta go do these meetings. I used up all my sick days and all my vacation days. I was never sick and I didn't take no vacations, but I used up all my K time and all my vacation time and I didn't take no vacations. So y'all be taking vacations. I'm like, I had an event to go to a training. I got off work and I stayed on the clock, but I couldn't clock out till 4. I got to Houston 4 hours later. I drove in my police car to Houston, Texas. I'm not telling y'all to do that. That's what I did because I was going to go all in and nothing was going to stop me from becoming a network marketing millionaire. Y'all can just fire me, bro. Sanders, you wasn't supposed to take your car. I know, but I don't like this job and y'all don't pay me enough to not take it. And I needed it. I needed that gas card and everything. And I was so shady with it. I was so committed. I literally used my gas card in Louisiana because I couldn't use it in Texas because it would show up in Texas. Like, what is Sanders using his police gas card in Texas for? It had to be in Louisiana. And I got to that meeting at 8 o'clock, and Tom Big Al Schreider trained his pants off. He trained so good that night. And after that, then I drove all the way back home and went back. I was back at work for 6 a.m. I was not going to it's my business and I'm making it work. Okay, that's how that goes. So that's the 25,000. Let me give you something for the advanced people there. Let me give you something for the advanced people. The check match is the next part we're going to talk about in the pay plan. Does everybody understand the matrix and how it works? And if you're a gold, a gold, a platinum, or a diamond, you can just go down to up to 15 levels. The money gets really big there. But let's just focus on silver. Does everybody understand that matrix? If you got a single question about that matrix before we move on to check match, stop me now. Please. You can watch this recording till you're blue in the face. But if you got a question now, please ask it, because somebody watching the recording, one of your new team members in 3 months is going to watch the video and be like, I don't, I don't, I got a question. They're going to have the same questions y'all have. But if y'all honestly don't have questions and you're really getting it, that's good. We can move on. All right. Got it? All right, we're good. Okay, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, the next part of, and just the FYI, people are like, man, why we'll talk about the pay plan? Just with HBN, I know the pay plans work like this because it's the same. It's 80% the same stuff you're gonna learn Sunday. And I'm gonna just let y'all know, I've made more than that in one day with these companies. So just know Dana double that in one day. So I know for sure that exactly what I'm telling you, the company's going to pay you exactly like this. All right. We're going to get to those same numbers in GoDesana. I guarantee it. Okay. We just haven't been there as long, but this is the exact way the pay plan pays out. And if you can understand this, you will understand HBN way better on Sunday. All right. Let's go to the check match. Now, one of the really cool things the company does here, all right, Paula, just shout out to Paula, the patron saint of network marketers. The check match is going to be a minimum of 10% on everyone you sponsor. So you don't really have to have a rank to get check match. Every person you sponsor, even if you only sponsor one person, that's 10%. Okay. And you're going to get paid 10% of their matrix. So let's say, for example, we look at Coach Marcus and Coach Marcus. Let's say I sponsor Coach Marcus, which I was super fortunate to do with GoDesana. Let's say Coach Marcus knocks this thing out the park like he always does, multiple million dollar network market. He knows what he's doing. Don't have to coach that guy. And Coach Marcus is making 24,000 a month. Let's just say he's making 24,000 a month in the matrix, and he's only a silver. He's a diamond. But let's say he's only a silver, 24,000 a month. If the only person at GoDesana I ever sponsored was Coach Marcus, the only person I ever sponsored, let's say I only sponsored one person, and it was him, and he's making $24,000 a month in the matrix, I'm going to get fast start, but I'm also going to get check match. My matrix, let's pretend that I didn't even get it because I'm not good. Let's just pretend that I didn't even go sponsor a second person and build my matrix 2x2. Let's pretend I didn't do none of that. Let's pretend I just sponsored Coach Marcus. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get a minimum of 12,000, because that one line will build out that one half the matrix, just one person. But the real fun is, even if I didn't get that, which I do, but even if I didn't, you're going to get a 10% check match of his matrix commissions. He gets his own money, but the company's going to cut you an override check because, at least in the eyes of the computer, you introduced Marcus to the company. Okay, so just understand, you're going to get 10% of his like $25,000. That's $2,500 a month. You can sponsor one person who understands this video and they go build it out, and you're going to get a minimum of $2,500 a month for sponsoring one human being. It is never going to get better. There is no part-time job. There is no Uber. There is no DoorDash. There is no Lyft that is ever going to allow you to sponsor one person and train them, coach them, teach them, make sure they get to the events. I want him to win. Well, I ain't got the money to get to the event. Cool. You flying with me. Or I'm picking you up and we driving together. We are getting to the event together. You're not missing nothing, bro. Nothing, because all I got to do is make sure you get wealthy. If you get wealthy, I'm taken care of. I ain't even got to focus on me. I just sponsored you. So just understand the check match is amazing. Lord forbid you sponsor someone who goes on to become $1 million earner over time. The bulk of that money is going to come from the matrix, and you're going to get 10% of every million. That's 100,000. What are you talking about? The check match is incredible. And the thing about the check match is it's not limited to 12 levels. Some people are thinking, well, Will, in the matrix, I'm only getting 12 levels of earnings. Well, that is true. And that 25 grand is good money. You say what you want to say about it. I've made it. I want you to go ahead and make it. And then you can tell me if you don't like it after that. All right. So that being said, the check match though, let's say I sponsor Coach Marcus, and because the matrix is full or whatever, he goes on my level 118. The check match starts from level 118. You're not going to get cut out of any of your money. This is how great this pay plan is laid out. It's generational. It's not based on levels. Okay. Your generation one person may or may not be on your first or second level. If I sponsor somebody today, they're my generation one. Okay. But there's no way they're on one of my first 5, 10 levels. There's no room for them. So they got to start off on a way bottom level. I'm happy about that because I don't have to worry about only getting 15 levels as a diamond or 12 levels as a silver. The people are going to fall into the matrix somewhere, and you're never going to get cut out of your money like a lot of network marketing companies do. Okay. The check match, if you're a gold or a platinum, that check match goes from 10% to 25%. Okay. It gets very, very good at gold. I'm gonna tell you, gold is like you really want to get up there because that 25% more than doubles your check match. So if I was making 2,500 as a silver, and I was from the check match because I sponsored Marcus, I could more than double that. And then I would double it to 5,000, probably 6,000, 7,000 bucks if I had to guess, whatever 25% of 25,000 is. Okay. So I'd be making thousands more just for having 25 customers or distributors. Thank you. 7,500, Lynn. 7,500 bucks. So here's why rank is important. Okay. Let's say I'm just using Marcus as an example. You sponsor Marcus. Marcus is making 25,000 a month just in the matrix. Okay, good. As a silver, I get 2,500. I'm very happy about that. Yay. I'm happy about that. Okay. But if I just push a little bit more work and I get to the level of gold, all right, and I have 25, customers or team members at a minimum of 5 BV. I don't like to see it, but if we got it, we got it. I'm a gold. My 2,500 a month is going to go to, I think Lynn said 7,500 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, the rank between silver and gold can get you from 2,500 a month in check match residual income to 7,500 a month. If you add up the rest of the stuff that you get there, the matrix that you're at 100 grand, you get 100 grand a year. That's going to be well over 8,000, 9,000 a month. You had 100 grand a year. Good, welcome, congratulations, you're there. And don't get me started on diamond. Yeah, you will check match one person. So every person you sponsor, you get check match on. Okay, every person you sponsor. So if I sponsor 100 people and 30 of them are distributors, I'm going to get a minimum of 50% check match on all of those people. Okay, do me a favor, mute y'all lines out. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's move on to the last part of the pay plan we're going to cover tonight. We'll wrap it up. Put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. If you have any questions, ask now, because this is a great, great time for you to ask some questions and get these tough questions answered. Okay, well, I saw a question. Thank goodness. Let me see where these questions at. All right, Greta says right here, what is it paid on? It is paid on the matrix. So let's say, for example, I sponsor Marcus. Marcus sees this video and he goes, ooh, I need to build out a 2x2 matrix. I know what I'm doing. I've already made millions. I'm going to go to work. Okay. And he builds that out and he's making $24,570 a month in the matrix. We'll just call it 25,000. He's making other money in the pay plan, mind you, fast start, his check match, SAP bonus, which we'll cover in a second, MRP, this, that, or a third. He's making other money, but the check match is based on the matrix. And this is good because the matrix is the biggest part of the pay plan. Okay. And so if Marcus is making 25,000 a month and he's the only person I sponsored, I'm going to be getting 10% of his 25,000 a month. He's still making his 25,000, but I'm going to get 2,500. Okay. The company is going to give me an override bonus, which says that you sponsored Marcus, you must have trained him. He's really good. Here's a bonus for sponsoring a great person. Please go sponsor some other great people. So for every person you sponsor who does that, you're going to get 10% override of their matrix commissions. And that is very, 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 very good. All right. Very good. All right. Does that make sense? Kind of? Let me know if that kind of line it up. I hope so. Let's see. Greta, does that make sense? Okay, good. All right. So next up, last thing we'll talk about tonight is going to be the SAP bonus. Now, the SAP bonus is actually not on the, and I didn't see it on the back office part of the pay plan on there, but I know it's somewhere, but I didn't see it on the little link under earn on the back office when I was looking earlier. And she says, yeah, it's not for them reaching rank. It is just week in, week out because you sponsor them. You don't have to be a bronze or a silver or a gold to get check match. Every person you sponsor, you get 10% of their matrix check match. You get 10% minimum. It can go up with your rank. And every person you sponsor, every customer you get, you're going to get that 25% residual income. It's amazing. Okay. All right. Oh, good. It's not there. Okay, good. Well, that's okay. Y'all gonna learn about it here. So we have the SAP bonus, stands for show and tell or share and tell. I don't know why. I just call it the star bonus. I have no idea. But This is the thing. Yeah, the share and tell bonus. Why? I don't know. Because if I'm sharing, I'm already telling. But I think it should be show and tell. I think it should be star bonus like HBN, but it doesn't matter. This is how it works. Okay. So the SAT bonus is going to reward the 2x2 building of a matrix because the computer algorithm knows this is the ideal way for the company and you to make as much money as possible with the smallest amount of hardcore work. Getting the right two people and training them and helping them win is going to be better and easier for you than sponsoring 80,000 of the wrong people that you don't even like, that you don't even get along with, that you don't even want to talk to. Talk to the people you like and that like you and help them win, okay? So let's go back to our example. Go back to your paper and you should see levels 1 through 12, all right? Now, on your first level, put a 1 in the chat if you understand that you have two people there. And for this bonus, it's at a minimum 50 BV. You can't get this if you're not at 50 BV, nor does it count if you're not at 50 BV. To get the whole thing, you have to be at 100 BV. And I don't know why you wouldn't want to miss out on that. So we're going to keep going at 100 BV for easy math. All right. Now, if you're at the SAT bonus, if your level 1 has two people on it and both of them are at 100 BV, of course, you're going to get that volume, you're going to get the matrix, you're going to get the fast start, you're going to get the check match and all of that jazz we talked about. You're also going to get a $20 bonus from the company and just $20 worth of commissions. Congratulations. And these are paid out daily. So whenever you get that second person, okay, the company's going to go, oh, you already made X amount of dollars in fast start matrix and everything else. We're going to give you an extra 20 bucks. That is free money and we like it. If you look, yes, and yeah, they started calling it the winter blast. And then we somehow convinced Paula to make it a permanent part of the pay plan. And I love it. Okay. So then if you look on your second level, you're going to have 4 people there who are at 100 BV. Put a 1 in the chat if you're tracking. I have 4 people on my level 2 and they're all at 100 BV. Put a 1 in the chat if you're tracking, okay? When that level fills up with 4 people at 100 BV, the company is going to give you $30 on top of the $20 it already gave you. It's just free money for you building out the proper business structure in the eyes of the computer. The computer likes to see you sponsor 2 people at 100 BV, and it likes to see them do the same thing. It pays you more money when that happens. Obviously, these are bonuses, okay? On your third level, you have 8 people. And if all 8 people are at 100 BV or 50 BV, but if they're at 100 BV, the company is now going to give you a $50 bonus on top of the $20 bonus, on top of the $30 bonus it already gave you. This is good. This is free money, and it's getting bigger as we build out the proper structure. On that next level, you should have 16 people. When that 16 people is full, when all 16 people are there, because we built properly, okay, the company is going to go, oh, look, they have 16 people on level 4. This is what we like to see from a computer standpoint. Let's give them $100. So now you've gotten a $20 bill, a $30 bill, as if that was a thing, a $50 bill, and a $100 bill. And last but not least, in this part is only for people that are at 100 BV, which again, it makes sense. If you're at 100 BV and you have 32 people on your level 5, even if you sponsored 0 of them, you're going to get $150 on top of the $100, on top of the 50, on top of the 30, on top of the 20. And the computer doesn't stop you there. You can always go sponsor another 2 people and start a whole new grid. You can start over again and say, I've really got this thing figured out. I'm going to take my $250, $350. That's just free money for you. And then I'm going to go sponsor 2 more people and I'm going to teach them the same thing. Hey, y'all watch these videos, get on these calls and Zooms, come to the event. You just build you out another one. That's another 350. That's on top of your 25,000 a month, by the way. Excuse me. So just understand conceptually, that is the core pieces of the GoDesana pay plan. And the only thing that I would recommend really focusing on is being at 100 BV because you love the products and you see the value that they bring to your life based on your own research. and your own education. Okay. If you understand that part of it, it's really just about sharing with other people the value of the products, not necessarily only from a customer, you need to buy this standpoint, but from a standpoint of, hey, there's a great product here, but there's a great business opportunity with it. Okay. And I plan on making $25,000 a month. I can show you how I plan on doing it. If you want to see it, let me know. And that is how you break it down and really understand. Because if you're at your job, for most, not all, but most jobs, there ain't no way you can break down an algorithm to get paid 25,000 a month in most jobs. It's just impossible. There's no matter how many hours a week you work or how good you work or how many promotions you get, and not in your lifetime, it's going to be very difficult. But here in network marketing, you can do this within a couple of months or possibly a year or two or three or four or five, depending on how much you want to work. But some of us have done it in far shorter time frames, far shorter, okay? Because we understand that when we tell you a time frame, it's really an effort frame. As far as if it takes me 5 years to get to $100,000 in network marketing, that's okay. That's pretty much the industry standard. All right. That's hive mind. But what did I have to do in that 5 years? I had to sponsor 160 people, and these, 40 of them stayed. And how many people did I have to sponsor 160 people? I had to talk to 713 people to sponsor 160 people. It took me 5 years to talk to 713 people about this business. Okay. That's an average. What's that? An average of how many people a day? I don't even know. But let's just say it's an average of one or two people a day, or one person, three people a week, whatever it is. Why don't, instead of taking 5 years to talk to 713 people, why don't I just do that in a year? Why don't I just talk to, if I know that's what it's going to end up as, why was I taking so long? Let me just do what Will and them said and go talk to 20 people a day and get it over with, because I don't want to take 5 years. Let me just rip the band-aid off, knock it out quick, and get it over with, because that's the thing we'll close with. All right. We're out of time on the call. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Put a 1 in the chat if you got value from this. Put a 2 in the chat if you're going to watch the replay a couple of times and get good at this. Let me see who's paying attention. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you got value. Throw a 2 in the chat if you're going to watch this replay because it makes sense. I'm going to leave you with this. Everybody has a number, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of our core concepts. It's a mindset you got to get in your head. You have to get it. Everybody has a number. If you know that all you had to do was sponsor 2 people, the right 2 people, let's just say you had to sponsor 80 people to get to the right 2. It might be 6, might be 10, might be 100. Nobody knows. But there's a number of people that you have to sponsor to get the right 2 people in your business. Let's just say it's 100 people. But how many people do I have to expose this business to get 100 people sponsored so that I get my 2 rock stars and I don't have to sponsor anybody ever again? And I didn't know she was on. Let me give a congratulations to Sandra Calais out of not Baton Rouge. I think she's in Bro Bridge. I know she's in Louisiana. Sandra hit executive. Congratulations, Sandra. She's in Lillian Corville's team out of Bro Bridge. I just saw Sandra on here, but meaning to reach out and congratulate that young lady. She's going to be great, man. Sandra's a wonderful, wonderful young. Cecilia, Louisiana. A good running back by the name of Jamaican Dartez was out of Cecilia. Went to Tulane with me. But yeah, congratulations, Sandra. Kill it. Can't wait to see y'all soon. Soon, I got to be in Louisiana. All right. But everybody has a number. So if you have 2 people that you know you need to sponsor, let's just pretend you're going to have to sponsor 100 people to find your right 2. It's okay. It's okay. It's just work. It's okay. Sometimes in Hollywood, they got to go on 600 auditions to get the one movie that sets them up for life. That's life. Okay. Got to talk to 100 people. Got to sponsor 100 people. How many people do you have to talk to sponsor 100 people to get the right 2? Here's the number. How many do you have to talk to? Let's pretend it's 1,200 people. Let me just pretend I have to ask 1,200 people to join my business, so that when I get to that number, I don't care who says yes or no. I know that 100 are going to join out the 1,200, and I'm going to have 2 that stay and that lock arms with me. And when we go to family reunions, we go together. Okay. So I only got 1,200 people to talk to. I could take 3 to 5 years to do that most network marketers. Okay. I don't know how many people that is a day or a week spread out over 3 to 5 years. But I do know if I want to break that down into 1 year, that is 100 people a month. If I really just want to get it over with, it's 100 people a month. I'm going to learn these scripts and I'm going to just ask 100 people a month. And that is going to be somewhere between 3 or 4 people a day. I think Miriam just said it, like 3 or 4 people a day. Okay. I understand that 98% of them are supposed to say no, or some 70% are supposed to say no. I can't care about that. I can't be attached to the prospect. Miriam told y'all, you have to be attached to the process. And the process in network marketing is the mentality that you have to succeed on the mental plane. You have to have the mentality to know that it's my business, I'm making it work, and I got a number. And I don't know what my number is until I get there. But my point is, there's a number. And if I talk to X amount of people a day, it won't take me 3 to 5 years to hit my number. When I hit my number, I know I got my two locked in. And guess what I'm going to teach them? Everything I know. And I'm going to tell them, y'all got a number too. Y'all have a number as well. Now, my personal number was 600. I know what my number is because I learned it with my first company. I learned this principle way back then when I made my first 6 figures in network marketing over a decade ago. I wrote down every person I talked to because my mentors told me to. Very coachable, teachable. Every person I talked to, it was 600 people I had to talk to before I got to 40 people, because only 40 people did anything, that got me to my first 6 figure. I was like at 14,000 a month or something like that. But that was it took me 600 people. So when I went to my next company, when that company closed, I knew I just needed to talk to 600 people. I was at 20 grand my first month in that company, my second company, because I knew I just got to talk to 600 people. I don't care who, I just got to talk to 600 people as fast as possible. And I'm going to be back up to the income that I'm used to having. So the company's closed. I didn't care because my mentality, I'm on the mental plane. I understood the mentality was I have a number. I have a number. And now I'm teaching you, you have a number. You might not know what your number is till you hit it, but once you hit it, you'll know. And you can teach your new team member, look, y'all, we all got a number. Here's my number. It was 1,200. Bill Britt's number was 1,200 people, but he became a millionaire. 1,200 people. He never had to talk to nobody ever again. My number was 600. I'm going to keep talking to people because I feel like it, but I don't have to. I can just train and coach and teach the people that are there and keep it growing. But the point is, in HBM, when I first joined, 600. Let's get it over with. Let's get it over with. Okay. So that's, you got a number and we don't know what it is, but you got one. And that should give you a certain sense of peace and security and understanding about how this thing works. All right. So that's it for tonight. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Can't wait to see you on the next one. Lynn says Lynn is doing 18. Lynn, I am supremely confident. Lynn said he's doing 1,890 days. Listen clearly. There is no way that Lynn from Prattville, Alabama. I know Lynn from Alabama. There is no way that Lynn will not have his top to Prattville. I got it right. There is no way that Lynn will not have his top two locked in people at the end of 90 days if he goes through the 1,800 people he just told me he's going through. There's no way that he won't have those two people within 90 days. It won't take 3 to 5 years. And then the quicker you teach them to do the same thing you did, then it grows a lot faster. All right. So I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all. I'm glad it made sense. No questions. We're good. Just want to make sure we're good. No questions. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. Sydney said if it's 5,000, it's still worth it. You dang right. Love, respect, and thick skin. That's the game right there. Coach Marcus said it's 5 years, not even one person a day. That's what most people do, Coach. Not even one person a day. All right, I will see y'all tomorrow in the Facebook Live testimonial group. If you happen to be there, cool. If not, it's okay. At 5:15 Central Standard Time, we are going to be there doing product training, all about the product. So be ready to learn about sour sop and some other stuff. It's good stuff. You're going to love that one. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Sydney, as well, for putting this stuff together. Shout out to Coach Tina. Always good to see our rock stars on the call. And also, happy birthday to Seymour, man. Congratulations to Derek Jamat. And then Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see y'all on Sunday. We are going to be breaking down the HBM pay plan just like this. So make sure you're there. Make sure your teams are there. Make sure you come with your questions. and we'll break it down for you. Good night. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, Sydney's not going to have notes on this one tonight because you should be taking your own notes on these two particular calls. If you're not writing this stuff down, you missed the whole purpose of even being on the call, and that would be unfortunate. But I know y'all did it. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank y'all so much.